Welcome to East Tennessee Pinball. Look what I got up here, a Midway Captain Kidd gun. So it's a shooter game. I believe it's all here. It's kind of disassembled, at least the gun is. It's got a little audio jack. I don't know if that's probably not original, but it does have an audio jack installed down in the gun. Maybe that's original. I don't know. Kind of doubt it, but who knows? The door there, I just took it out to get a little light on the situation there. I bought a set of schematics from Steve at the PBR. Pretty basic looking schematics, really. Not a lot on there. Hoping that means it's easy to fix. Here's all the coils, all the relays. Not that much. Two units on here. This is a Pirate step-up unit, and it is pretty gummed up. Kind of works, kind of doesn't. I'm assuming that this was never populated. I'm gonna have to check, make sure that's not missing. I don't think it is. It doesn't say step up. I'll have to look in the schematics and see if there's a step down or Pirate reset. Probably all that gumminess is on the face of this. So probably taking this off, cleaning that. Probably get that running. I think sometimes people oil these things. That one's not just a little dirt. This unit here, let's see if it's got a label on it anymore. I can't see one. The top, what does it say? Top this score. Oh, so this is the top this score unit. So it's a high scorer. So that one steps up. Doesn't really go back very well. Yeah, so this is just the high score. So I guess it gets up here. Well, that's supposed to come back out. Yeah, and then that's supposed to reset, and it doesn't. So it just needs to be cleaned and maybe adjusted. Clean all these relays. I have already put new fuse holders in here. The other ones were junk. I've still got the old cable on the cord, and it's trash. It's going away. It's a dang fire hazard. What is that? Oh, no, that is actually a wire hanging there. I just noticed that. Oh, it goes on that switch right there. Yeah, I just saw that. So, yep. Well, that's not going to work right without that on there. I don't know what that is. And I can't read it. So that says after 5 shots, and that says, who knows. But whatever that was, it'll work better with that. So that's kind of stuff, you just walk through these things and look, and even give a little tug on all this stuff. Now that's interesting. Can't really quite see what that says. $200 volt. It's upside down. I can't quite see what it is. Some kind of capacitor maybe? I don't know. That's pretty wild. I bet it's not on the schematics. We'll find out. So that's on the trigger. So we'll see. We'll look on the schematics and see if this trigger. So it's a red and a green wire on the trigger solenoid. On the trigger relay, I should say. So it's just a matter of, so let me boot it up, and it kind of wants to boot up. I turned it on, and see this 1700, the previous high score. I'm gonna give it a coin. I'll let you see. I'm gonna press the button right now. So I think it's trying to score, and it's got the Midway score reels, which are a real pain to work on. It's got the motors that turn them, and these clutches engage to make them turn the reel, so it's a pretty convoluted system with these two motors driving either way with the clutches on individual score reels. So let me, one of these things, I think it's this one. I was playing around with this earlier. There we go. So, not exactly sure what I just did, but it is scoring like mad. So it's got the time ones working, so the score reels are working. They're stepping up just fine. All three of them. I think that's just the dummy reel, I believe. You can check and look. And the shot one does work also up there. If I click the shot relay, that one will go click up, and it also goes up to the 10. So all the score reels appear to be working. Let me see if that's a dummy reel. Huh, it is not a dummy reel. So I'm getting 10-point shots, so I don't know, maybe there's a 1-point shot. Anyway, that's the state of the system. Oh, I'll show you down here all the targets. So it is just absolutely filthy. The art on the side of the cabinet is really pretty good, and you can see that when you're looking. So there's a mirror up above here, and you're looking down on it. I have pressed the relay for this one, the flag. So this one, flag goes up and down. That one works. This one over here, it's supposed to do the same thing. It does not work. I think, yeah, this is another motor. It's supposed to go back and forth. I'm not sure if that one works or not. I'm gonna have to get this whole thing out and just go through all this stuff. It's just nasty. Clean the Jones plugs, make sure all the wires are connected to everything, and just clean, lubricate a little bit. Yeah, pretty nasty, but these things are fun for me. Anyway, I'm going to start by cleaning all the relays, cleaning the units, go ahead and resolder that thing. I may go ahead, I was looking at the pin repair guide on these score reels, and they basically threaten you don't even think about taking them apart because they are such a pain to fix. The fact that these appear to be working, oh, that does say dummy on it. Dummy 1 through 9. So maybe it never moves. Huh. Have to look at the schematics. It does say dummy. I don't think it does move. I bet it doesn't. Okay, well that's cool. That probably answers that problem. I'll check on the schematics. Anyway, that's where I'm going to start. Is go through all that, and yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out how to get this thing out. I'm sure there's a latch or lever or some bolts and screws. So yeah, when you're looking in from the top here, I don't know how you see. So you see the side art, and all the targets that you're going to be shooting at down there are just a brown muck, and of course it'd be lit, and the back would be closed, so you could see things a little bit better. But anyway, I like these gun games. I think they're pretty cool. So, all right, so I got a new cable or a new power cord wired in here. Went ahead and grounded it up to the transformer. I also went to try to find this dude on the schematic. So this is a trigger relay, and there, so that's, or the, yeah, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 switches. So to find these on the switches on the schematics is a little bit of a pain because there's no easy way to find them other than just searching. On most schematics, like in the corner, there would be a key for each relay on here, or each coil on here for that matter. On this one there's not, but there's not that much stuff. It's fairly easy to just, so I found the trigger relay. That is the actual coil itself. The switches for the trigger relay are just labeled like that. So it's trigger relay. I've got them labeled in pink. So there's 5 of them. I found 3 of them so far. And if you remember, the wires are green and red. So that one's a green, and that's a green with a red stripe. and a blue with a red stripe. That's not it. Here's another one. So that one's yellow going to brown with a black stripe. And here's the other one I found, the trigger relay, and it is red and green. So that's the one that we're looking at. And it does not have anything wired across that switch. So that's somebody added that. I'm assuming they put it in a capacitor. Maybe it was arcing or something. I don't know. It could be factory, but it's hard to say. I just don't know. The other thing I noticed here is there's supposed to be a black light inside this game. I did see the starter in there. I was just assuming that was for a regular fluorescent bulb, but it's a black light bulb, which is good because there's a lot of fluorescent-y looking colors in there. So that might be actually pretty cool getting that working. So I'll have to get a black light bulb. Probably the ballast isn't where I don't know. Probably the simplest thing is for like 10 or 15 bucks, just get a whole new black light and wire it in there and do that. So that's probably what I'll do. But anyway, making a little progress. So I got all the targets pulled out of here and use a little Novus 1 on the right side. I mean, it really cleaned up. These are metal targets. No, that's not metal. I thought it was. That one's not either. It's like a particle board with a laminate on top, but it really cleaned up well, a lot better than I had hoped. And that's just kind of the first pass. It's still a little dirty. I've got to clean a little bit more. But so there's several motors on this thing. There's this motor. I've seen that move. I've seen this has got a flag that goes up there. I've seen that move. I haven't seen that move, but that used to be on the other side. So it moved sometime when I wasn't looking. And this one, I never saw it move. So there's this little pirate flag there that's supposed to run up. And when I came over here, this thing was completely locked up. So I got some alcohol, sprayed it up in here on the motor, and just worked it back and forth gently so I didn't strip it in gears. And got it freed up. I mean, it's moving freely now, so maybe it will work now. We'll see, but it was definitely locked up. So there's some switches in here. This whole thing, and that obviously all those need to be cleaned. This needs to be cleaned. There's these things. I think when you shoot them, there's a coil mechanism that flips them back. I gotta pull this thing all the way out so I can see to the back of it, but. Anyway, that's where I'm at right now, so I figured I'd give you an update. Mr. Django is very interested in what I'm doing here on the floor. He's not looking at the camera, he's looking me in the eyes because he loves me. Isn't that right, Django? So I made a little progress with this game. I've just been cleaning up some of the relays. I cleaned all the Jones plugs in the bottom. Got the bottom here looking quite a bit better. Cleaned this plate here. Like I said, clean all the Jones plugs. Let me show you what it's doing here. I just turned it on. I'll boot it up. It will reset and then it will immediately give 10 points. So I think maybe, like if this was a pinball machine, I think there was a 10-point switch that was stuck closed. So I think it's scoring. Some scoring feature is stuck, which is kind of weird because like the gun's not plugged in, and obviously, so the trigger is going to basically close between the two sides of that pin there. But anyway, it's scoring 10 points right off the bat. But some of these locks here, so it's flag 1. I can quit wiggling so much. That says flag 1, that says flag 2. I'm going to press flag 1. And flag 1 goes up there, it comes back. Now if I press flag 2, it does the same. So I've read brochures, they were bragging about how it has 4 motors. So you see that motor's working, and that we just operated those 2. This one here is kind of a neat, so it's registering both, when it gets to both sides it goes back and forth. Kind of a Interesting little relay system. It goes back and forth. And that's working. These, I was about to say bonus units. These units are cleaned up so they operate freely. So I guess the next point, I'm gonna have to dig into the schematics and figure out why I'm scoring 10 points right off the bat. I hope it's not some problem with the score reels. Well, we'll see. Not sure. So this next phase is going to be the complicated one. Once I figure out what it is, I'll jump back in here and show you what I found.